Hey folks, this is a response to Diana Biernat's 400 subscribers contest. Diana, you have a strong personality and you're obviously an artist. I love your paintings, but the way that you present yourself, I would love to meet you and your husband. I can just tell that we would really probably have a really nice time together, and your choice in music is impeccable. I like the idea of your contest, and so it was part of what I spent part of the day doing yesterday. In my mind was trying to think, what can I show? And I still could probably find even more appropriate responses, but I'm at a point now where I actually have to look at some of my collection to remember what's there. I used to really know. I used to have this blueprint in my mind that was pretty accurate. Now, when I go look on the shelves, especially when it's things where the spine doesn't tell you what it is, it's like I'm discovering stuff all the time. By the way, in the background, I'm playing Bob Smith, The Visit, made in 1970, psych rock. Originals of this are very hard to find and expensive. A bit of trivia: Daryl Dragon, who was the captain in Captain and Tennille, plays keyboards on this. This came out originally in 1970. Okay, I'll keep this short. The first three things you wanted to see were three weird or interesting album covers. And like I said, if I kept digging, I could probably find even more appropriate ones, but here's the first three that came to mind. I'll show the last one that really fits the bill, in my opinion, last. The first one is Acid Mother's Guru Guru, Underdog Express. Now, to me, this cover just really has no real meaning. It's almost like the whole excuse for the cover was to show the woman with the big breasts, which look quite fake. She looks quite fake, like some kind of plastic dummy. But this cover, and it completely is unrelated to anything you hear on the record. And the dogs, hello? To me, this is a weird cover. And even when I bought it, it's like I had second thoughts. I really like both bands, and that's why I wanted to see what they sounded like together. This is just okay. Probably ought to play it today. Hopefully it'll be better today. That's my first entry. I went through the A's just to start with because I have to look. And I came across two right away. So there was the Acid Mothers, and then there's this one. I don't know really anything about this band. And I bought it because of the cover when I found it used. Anechoic Chamber, Untitled. What's that all about? You know, the embryo. Is it supposed to be in space? I can't quite make out what we are almost seeing in front of it. You know, I like the image, but it's just weird. What the fuck? WTF, okay? I do realize that some people really can't handle the F-bomb. I kind of really don't. It's like, my God, by now you still can't handle hearing the word fuck? Are you serious? Anyway, that's my second entry for strange, weird cover. What is that about? This album, by the way, is pretty good. And there's some sort of involvement, yes, by the members of legendary Pink Dots. And it's produced by Edward Caspell. Weird album. But when I started to think about weird covers, the one that actually popped into my head, finally, that really I've always thought is just one of the weirdest covers that I own, Cybotron, the Australian electronic group. This is a French reissue on crypto with the mock, to me it looks like a mock Salvador Dali painting. What is with that? What are we seeing here? Is that some kind of leopard or mountain lion on the backs of what are those? Are those donkeys? What the hell is going on here? Now, that's a weird cover. Just bizarre. Just bizarre, okay? Then you wanted to hear about some titles. Well, that again could have been a big search, but I decided some came to mind right away, and these are the ones that did. Don Caballero, love this band. The album World Class Listening Problem, killer album. Got to see them live doing this. It was just monster. Damon on drums, nutty but amazing. So I could choose almost any title off of here, but the one that I chose was and he lowered the twin down. And he lowered the twin down. I'll annotate this so you can read if you can't understand because of my lispiness. That was the first one. The second one that came to mind, I've shown this recently, was by Behold the Octopus. And their titles are strange. You know, the name of the album is strange, you know. Nanonucleonic Cyborg Summoning is the name of the album. But one of the titles of the album is Estrogen Pathogen Exchange Program. Well, that sounds like an interesting program to be a part of. Estrogen pathogens. And then the final entry, which came to me that, oh yeah, this fits. Günter Hampel, another excellent German musician who I think is still alive and just doesn't get the regard I believe he deserves. But the name of the album is the name of the composition. All the Things You Could Be If Charles Mingus Was Your Daddy. And that's the title of the composition, which takes up both sides of the album. And this is amazing, with Gene Lee on voice, Perry Robinson on clarinet, Mark Whitecage on alto saxophone. This is wild. But what a title. Diana, I'm so glad that you've joined the vinyl community. You are obviously a person of integrity. Have fun with the contest.